guys, it's Abby. Welcome back to my channel. Today's video, I'm gonna be talking about all the books I read in November. This is gonna count as like a November reading wrap up. I'm also going to show my December TBR. I'm not sure if I'm gonna get through all the books on my TBR, but I have a goal set for myself. So I read a total of 6 books during the month of November. So I'm gonna start out with all of the books I read during November for the first half of this video, and then we're going to talk about my TBRs for December. The first book I read in November was Crying in H Mart by Michelle Zauner. This was a memoir that I had been wanting to get to for a while, and I was at the library and I picked it up because it was available. Even though it was sad, it gave me, I don't even know how to describe it, it just gave me like a good feeling when I read it. Even though it's so sad, there was a lot of talk about foods too, so it kind of made me hungry, but that's besides the point. I gave that book 5 stars. For one, it was a memoir and the writing was so beautiful, like oh my god. I don't really have any complaints about this book, it was just beautiful. The second book I finished in November is The Wren in the Holly Library by K.A. Linde. I will not lie, I borrowed this book from Libby because it's got my middle name in it, Wren. So I was like, you know what? Why not? It's a fantasy little dystopian book, so I was like, why not? Honestly, I read it at the beginning of the month, and now that I think about it, I don't remember anything in it. I just remember the romance being really good. I liked the romance. But yeah, it was an okay book. I can't remember anything about it right now, so if that says anything, then whoopsie daisy. Next book I read was The Dead Romantics by Ashley Poston. I loved this book. It was a little slow at times. One of the reasons why I loved it is because it reminds me of my favorite TV show, which is 6 Feet Under. And if you know me, I will never shut the fuck up about that TV show. I love it so much. It just got added to Netflix, so I've been binging it. You guys should go watch it too. When I was trying to figure out if this was like loosely inspired by 6 Feet Under, I was googling it and I may have spoiled myself on the ending, so that's my bad. But it's still, the weight of it was amazing. I loved it. It was my first Ashley Poston book, and oh my god, Ben is so cute. I love him. I gave it 4.25 stars, I'm pretty sure. Loved it. Totally recommended. Sad, but at the same time very hopeful. I mean, it talks about grief and death a lot, being how the family runs a funeral home. So I mean, there's obviously going to be talks about death and shit, but it was so nice. Very refreshing. I ventured out and I picked up my very first Allie Hazelwood book. And let me tell you, I was not disappointed at all. I gave it 5 stars, which I didn't expect to give an Allie Hazelwood book 5 stars, especially the first time reading one of her books, but it was so good. So good. The yearning, and there was an Adam and Olive cameo in Love Theoretically. I haven't finished The Love Hypothesis. I only read a little bit of it like a couple years ago. It really makes me want to pick up another Allie Hazelwood book immediately because it was just, I couldn't put it down. I finished it in like 3 days maybe? I'm not sure. But it was so good. So good. I loved it. Now the next book, I wish I could erase this book from my memory. I just wish it was banished from my mind permanently. This book was not for me. And that book was Little Stranger by Leigh Rivers. I don't even know what to say because there were only a few redeeming qualities about this book. One being the audiobook narrators. They did a great job. Love them. But the content, I did not like it. If you saw my reading vlog, I spoke more about it over there. I don't have it in me to talk about it anymore because it was not my book. I didn't have a good time at all. I almost DNF'd it. It was that bad. And it's not even like the writing was bad, it's the fact that what happened, like the content material, it was so bad. I read it with Marie. Marie wanted me to mention her on the video, so hi Marie. And I'm wearing my Kishimoto and Warner Cuts hoodie from the Shatter Me series that she got me for my birthday. Thank you, Pookie. We read that a couple days ago. She enjoyed it more than me. I just don't want to talk about it anymore. I don't want to think about it. I'm done. How I read these books, I either got them from the library or I read it on my Kindle, my iPad or whatever. But this one I did buy. The next book I read was Daydream, and I actually just finished it last night at like 4 a.m. maybe. And oh my god, I was watching a streamer talk about this book and how they enjoyed it more than the other books in the series. And I was like, you know what? I'm just gonna go ahead and buy it. It's purple. I mean, and it's Hannah Grace, so like I loved it. It was a little too long for me, like it's over 400 pages, and for me, I just don't think a romance should be like over 400 pages. Like I think under 400, 380 pages is okay for a romance. But I was like, okay, never mind. It's okay. It's Hannah Grace. I'll read it, whatever. I absolutely loved Henry and Hallie in this. They were so cute. It took me the entire month to read because I was buddy reading it with one of my mutuals. They let me go ahead and finish it before the month ended, and it was so good. I loved it. The beginning, kicking my feet. It was so cute. I annotated this. I tried to do a different kind of annotating, like lining up the tabs. It didn't really work out because I don't know how to make things even, apparently, but I mean, the tabs are there. I don't even know what to say. It was just a really cute book. I already love it because it's purple. I think I gave it 3.75 stars, which 3.75 stars on Goodreads. Just I gave it 4 stars. But I think my order of books in the Maple Hills series goes Wildfire, Daydream, and then Icebreaker. And listen, there were so many Nate Anastasia cameos. I miss them so much. And I'm very curious as to whose book is gonna be next. Maybe Chris? Or Jaden. I mean, that'd be great. I love Jaden. But yeah, I love this book. As for books that I started during November, but I could not finish before December started, I started A Novel Love Story by Ashley Poston. I'm on page 256, chapter 26, and I'm almost there, but I ran out of time, so we're gonna count that towards our December goal. But yeah, I love this book so far. It's really cute. I also started Lights Out by Navessa Allen, the audiobook. It's so funny and like goofy and spicy. And honestly, I love Josh. It's crazy because I keep seeing Navessa Allen's TikToks on my For You page about Lights Out and stuff. And it's so crazy because her humor really just bleeds into the characters. Like when I saw her TikToks, I'm like, wow, she has like the same mindset and attitude as Josh and Allie. I was like, you know what? I admire that. But yeah, I'm like 70% through the audiobook. I'm hoping to finish it in the next couple days. Again, I couldn't finish it during November, but it's okay. I'm gonna take this shirt off and I'll be right back before we start the December TBRs. I feel so much better. As for our December TBR, I'm so excited for this month, and I'm making it a goal for myself to read a bunch of Christmas books to get in the mood for Christmas. Still have to finish Lights Out, A Novel Love Story. I have Six of Crows. I borrowed it from my library, but I'm not sure if I'm gonna be able to get around to reading it this month. But it's here in case I do want to pick it up. And look at the edges. Like, okay. Cute. If I finish all my TBRs for this month, that I'll pick this one up eventually. One book that I want to read this month is Lovelight Farms by B.K. Borison. Two best friends fake date to reach their holiday happily ever after in this first romantic comedy in the Lovelight series. Okay, this one is Christmassy, but I know the other books in the series aren't like holiday related, but I thought, you know what? And people have said really good things about this book, how it just feels like a warm hug, and I need that. Another book I want to read, Cruel Winter with You by Ali Hazelwood. You know I had to put one of her books on here because I'm still on the waiting list at my library for her other books. Why not pick this one up? It's fine. And it's Christmas, so like, I'm not sure I'm gonna get around to reading this. I'm trying to stick to like shorter Christmas books this year, but you know, whatever happens, happens. One Christmas Morning by Rachel Greenlaw. Ava has spent the past 3 years burying herself in her work, trying to forget the heartbreaking events of the Christmas that ripped her world apart. Oh no, that one sounds intriguing. I'm pretty sure I was gonna read this for Christmas last year, but I just never got around to it. I want to read My December Darling by Lauren Asher. It says It's a small town Christmas novella, but I don't think I have to read any of her other books to read it, so I'm gonna look real stupid if it has anything to do with her other books. It's fine. But yeah, this just came out earlier this month, November 21st. And it's on everybody's TBR right now, or they're currently reading it. And I was like, you know what? Let me read it too. I also want to read Christmas Cupid by Ilsa Madden Mills. This came out in November last year. I was going to read this last year for Christmas, but I did not have a good December last year, so hopefully I can tackle it this year. This is a series by Maren Moore. It's called Strawberry Hollow, and the first book is The Mistletoe Bed. You know, they're pretty short books, so I'm just gonna try to read the entire series this month. The second one is A Festive Feud. And then the third one came out a couple days ago, The Christmas List. I'm not sure if I'm gonna read this or not because it's kind of a long book. It's over 480 pages, and you know, that kind of scares me when it comes to books. Over 400 pages, it scares me. How My Neighbor Stole Christmas by Megan Quinn. I've heard lots of things about this one. Something involving a candy cane? I'm thinking about picking up the audiobook version because I heard someone say that it's got like a full cast and everything, and I'm like, okay, I kind of want to do that. I kind of like, I read books faster with audiobooks. I might just like use the audiobook to read that. You know, I've been trying to like stray away from audiobooks this year because at the beginning of the year, that's all I did was rely on audiobooks to finish books. And because of that, I kind of went into a slump in the middle of the year, but now I'm kind of like out of it. So I've been trying to read more and not rely on audiobooks. I'm still consuming content, so it's like, it's fine. I'm pretty sure those are all the books I read this month and my hopefuls for December. I'm like getting back into the YouTube thing, which is kind of like nerve-wracking for me, but I'm like really excited for it. If you enjoyed this video, make sure to give it a thumbs up. Make sure to check out all my bookish socials in the description. I've got Instagram, Twitter, X or whatever, TikTok. You can follow me on Goodreads and Storygraph and all those. I will see you in my next video. Thank you for watching. Bye!